In Parashat Lecha, our rabbis teach us that Avraham Avinu had 10 tests. 10 tests. But the question still is, what were those 10 tests? We know there's 10 tests, yes. But what are those 10 tests? So, there's really, it's not one answer. There's really a lot of different opinions on what these 10 tests were. But I'm only going to mention 2 different opinions. One from Rashi and one from Rambam. So let's start with Rashi. So, the first test, according to Rashi, starts, it doesn't mention in the Torah, but it says in Pirkei de Rabbi Eliezer that when Abraham was born, he's a little guy, little baby, Nimrod and the people wanted to kill Abraham. So what happened? Abraham had to hid underground for 13 years. He was hiding underground so they don't kill him. So, after 13 years of being underground, Abraham basically uses Lashon HaKodesh, the holy language, Hebrew, to destroy the Avodah Zarah that they were serving and they're worshiping. And he was with he believed in Hashem from a very young age. Now here's my question for you. How is this a test? If someone wants to kill you, of course you're gonna hide. Of course, it's a thing. You're gonna hide. You're gonna try not to be killed. And besides, besides with the Avodah Zarah, that they worshipped Avodah Zarah and everything, Abraham was already, he was attached to Hashem. So really, what was the test over here? First, we have to understand one thing about what is a test. What is a test? What's considered a test, at least when it comes to spirituality? What's a test? So, people think always a test is, either a test, you get tested on something, someone, he has a test, like the kids, they have tests, these tests, they have to do it, they get 100, a test, that's what they think test means. Test is, according to what we think, a test is something that we have to either questions or something like that has to be answered. That's a test. Someone goes, I'm testing you how good you are in math or whatever. That's what it means for other people. That's a test. But it's not like that when it comes to Hashem and the Torah. As we know, we don't get judged on how much we know. We get judged on how much effort we put in to learning. How hard is it? If someone learns Torah, struggling for it, then that's called effort. If someone's a smart guy, he can remember everything, it's enjoyable because he's able to remember it. Of course, he has the same exact knowledge. People acknowledge him, but Hashem doesn't acknowledge someone like that. If he's smart, he has to do more. If he's not as smart, he does less. So if someone has a test, it works the same exact way. If someone, his nature is like he does good things. Let's say the guy he likes to give tzedakah. He's someone who likes to give. Giving is easy for him. He does it. That's his nature. He's born like that. He's born. He gives people money, tzedakah. He helps people out. That's his nature. Someone, however, who it's the opposite. This guy's stingy. He doesn't want to give a penny. It's the hardest test for him. It's very hard. He doesn't want to give it. And his reward's much, much greater. If the stingy guy actually gives tzedakah or whatever. And the other guy. Why? Because it's much harder for him. That's what it means by a test. It's a test for him. A test is when you struggle. Something that's hard. And that's why we're here in this world. To fix what we did wrong in our previous life. We're here to complete it. Of course, I'm not saying we have to be perfect. But just fix those bad habits of ours. The ones that we have that are good. If we're a nice guy, we learn Torah, we're praying, we're waking up early, we're not lazy. Those all comes because we passed those tests already. There's no need to make the test hard, not to make us have desires for these things. But things that we didn't, things that we didn't actually accomplish, we didn't finish, we still have desires for it. It's still very hard for us. This is what it means by a test. Abraham Aviinu had all these tests and he had to struggle. It's not just an easy test. Okay, yeah. If Abraham Aviinu were to be given the test of helping people, inviting guests, is that a test for Abraham? No. He always invites people. How could you say that's a test? It's not a test. It's easy for him. A test is when something is hard, or it's like that's what a test is. So now let's go back to where we were. Again, the question was, how is Avraham Avinu hiding from Nimrod considered a test, not to be killed? Because if someone's hiding, now obviously he's hiding for not to be killed. Obviously he doesn't want to be killed. If he doesn't want to be killed, of course he'll hide himself. So what is the test over here? Why does Rashi say that this is a test? If you look, what happens to people who are going to die, he sees many bad things happening. I'll give you an example, the Holocaust. You have people in the Holocaust, all the Nazis, they're all killing people. All the Jews. And now you're hiding, you don't want to get killed or whatever, you don't want to be found. It's upsetting. What happens to these people? They lose their faith in Hashem. Most of them, at least. They lose their faith in Hashem, and they don't believe in Hashem anymore. They say, look what Hashem did to us. Look at all the suffering. I can't believe in some Hashem that, who caused us trouble, caused us all the Holocaust. It was scary. We almost died. Everything. If you look at the survivors today that are Jewish, most of them are not religious. Why? before that, first of all, they were religious, but they became non-religious, most of them, because of this thing, because they're gonna get killed, things are gonna happen. There's very, very little survivors that they're still tzaddikim. Very few. This was Avraham Avinu's test. After all this time, they're chasing you, everything. You get scared. But to still be able to have emunah in Hashem after all that, that is what Hashem's looking for. And not many people achieve such a level. To still have emunah after so much that they've been through. After they almost got killed. And Abraham Avinu passed the test because he still believed on Hashem after all that. Even they all wanted to kill him. Why would you want to believe in someone who it's not? Why would you want to believe in a God that doesn't save you? He doesn't. It seems he's not with you. Because if he was, he would have saved you right away. Instead, you're struggling your whole life. So, that's the first thing according to Rashi. Now, the second thing is the famous Nimrod, and this is not mentioned in the Torah either. That it's famous that we all know, the Midrash, that Abraham was thrown to the fire and he got saved. Now, we don't know the whole story. We learned as a kid, we learned some of it. But the whole Midrash together just shocks you even more to what happened. You see how intelligent Abraham Avinu was if you take a look on what this Midrash says. So the Midrash starts with Terah, Abraham Avinu's father. He was an idol worshiper. He served Avodah Zarah. And he had this store. He had this store. He'd always sell Avodah Zarah there. People would buy from him. One day, Terah had to leave. He had to go somewhere. So who did he put in charge? Abraham Avinu. So, now what Abraham Avinu would do to prevent this idol, these people from worshiping Avodah Zarah, Abraham Avinu would ask them, "How old are you?" They would answer. They answer whatever they answer. 50, 60, 30. Abraham said, why are you worshipping some Avodah Zarah that you're older than? It's 1 day old, and now you're worshipping it? Why are you worshipping such a thing? And what would happen with them? They all got embarrassed, and they leave the store without making any purchase. No, they didn't buy any Avodah Zarah. So that's what Avraham Avinu would, in general, do. Now, one day, a woman came in with holding flour. She came in with flour, and she said to Abraham, give these to the idols. Give to them as give them to eat, whatever. So Abraham took it, and then he smashed all the idols, as we all know. And then what happened? He didn't smash one. Which one didn't he smash? The biggest one. And he put the axe that he what do you call it? Killed all the he smashed all the idols with in his hand, in the biggest one's hand. So, Terah, when Terah came back, what happened? That basically, Terah asked, Abraham, who did these to all my, what happened to all the Avodah Zarah? Who smashed them? What happened? And what did Abraham answer? He said, there was a woman, he came in with a flour, and she told me to give these to the all the Avodah Zarah, give it to them. So I took it, and I fed it to them. I was feeding it to them, I wanted to feed it to them, and all the idols, they're all arguing. You know what they were saying? I want to eat first. No, I want to get first. No. Finally, after this whole argument, the biggest one comes, gets angry at them, he just smashes them all, and takes it for himself. Now Terah, he still has a question on him. And he says, come on, are you serious? Idols can't do that. Idols can't walk, they can't move, they can't talk, they can't do any of these things. So what do you want from me? Why are you making up these lies? Why are you making fun of me? Abraham Avinu answered, okay. So why you believe in why you worship these Avodah Zarah? Why you worship it? If it doesn't even move, it can't do anything, it's nothing special. So, what do you want from me? This is what Abraham Avinu said. Now this is where the whole story begins. Now Terah gets mad at Abraham. He goes to Nimrod. He asked him to punish him for this. So what happened? Now Nimrod goes, before this whole story happens, and Nimrod asked Abraham. He says, if you can't bow down to statues, because you're referring to statues because they can't move, so bow down to fire. Why not? Bow down to fire. That's what Nimrod said. Now Abraham, what did Abraham answer? Maybe we should bow down to water. Why? Water distinguishes fire. What did Nimrod answer back? Okay, then let's bow down to water. What did Abraham say back to him? Now, no. You know what we should bow down to then? The clouds. Why? Because they carry water like rain. It rains because of it. What did Nimrod say back? Then what did Nimrod say? Okay, let's bow down to clouds. Abraham said, no, it cannot be. Why? Why don't we bow down to wind? Because the wind scatters the clouds everywhere. Because of the wind, the clouds are being blown. Why not? Okay, Nimrod again says, so fine, let's bow down to wind. And what does Abraham Avinu say back? We should bow down to a human being. Why? Because the human being is able to carry air, wind. After all this whole discussion about this, Nimrod just says, okay, this is going to go on forever. Because everything in nature has something else. It has a weakness and a whatever. Something that carries it because of this, that's the source of it. So Nimrod said, I don't care what you say. I'm going to bow down to fire. Let's see whose God wins, the fire or Hashem. Let's see. If you get saved, okay. Then obviously Hashem's your God. But if you don't get saved, then the fire is the God. That's what Nimrod said to Abraham. Abraham said, fine, deal. So, and then this is the famous thing, Nimrod threw Abraham into the fire. Now, Abraham's brother Haran was watching this, and he was, he was thinking, about whose side he should be on. And he came to the conclusion of that if Abraham Avinu wins, if he gets saved, then I'm with Abraham. But if he doesn't get saved, I'm with Nimrod. And we all know what happened in the end. Abraham got saved. So Nimrod was on Abraham Avinu's side. Now comes Nimrod, he asked Haran, he's like, whose side are you on? You know what Haran answered? I'm on Abraham's side. So Nimrod also threw Haran in. Haran also got burned, but this time he did not get saved. He got burned. Why? Because he didn't do exactly what Abraham Avinu did. What did he do? He's just like, he's on the side that wins. Someone gets into a fight. He'll go for the guy who's winning. This guy, that's exactly what Nimrod was. He wasn't going for one person the whole time. He's just like, whatever happens, that's what I'm gonna believe in. Nimrod, Haran should have had emunah from the beginning. That's the first thing. That's the second test according to Rashi. But the question still is, what was the test? And the answer is, the test was that to see if Abraham would have faith in Hashem. Would Abraham have faith in Hashem or not? To be thrown into the fire and not just give up the religion like that? Because a lot of people, they'll die, even though really it's not really we're not allowed to. It's one of the 4 things that we have to die for if someone wants to kill us. He threatens us. If someone says to bow down to Avodah Zarah or die, you have to die. Not bow down to Avodah Zarah. So, but most of the time, if someone doesn't know the Torah, you just say, fine, I'll bow down to this. No problem. And even if he was religious, say, oh, don't worry, I'll just bow down. But I really don't mean it. It's still sin. Still sin. Not supposed to. Why? Because that's what it is. So what's the test again? The test is that he did not bow down to the fire in the end, even if he was going to take his life. Because if someone gets scared, he says he'll do anything to be saved. That's the last thing someone wants to do. Some guy wants to die. Even sometimes the people who commit suicide, they want to commit suicide in the end. You always threaten them. They say, we'll kill you. And they don't say, no, don't kill me. Why? I thought you wanted to die 2 seconds ago. Because for us, life's the most precious thing. To live. Every second, to get another second of life, we'll do anything for it. So that was the second test. To see if Abraham he would still believe in Hashem. Now the third one actually is mentioned in the Torah in the beginning of P'rashat Lech Lecha. And what was that? Abraham Avinu should leave his hometown. He should leave his hometown and go to a place that was showing. That was the test. You had to leave. Now, what exactly was the test over here? If Hashem comes to you, he says to do something. Of course, if Hashem would come to any of us, of course we'll listen. If Hashem commands you to go this place, of course you're not going to have any doubts. So really, what's the test over here? How come this is a test? And the answer is that this test over here, most people will not go. Why? When someone he has to say goodbye to his friend, people when they say goodbye to their friends, their best friends, it's very depressing and very sad. They're going to Africa, they're going to these places, you will probably never see them again. Ever again. How sad are you? You're like the saddest guy in the world. You missed out on, you lost your friend. You'll never see him again. You'll never see him, so you're very upset. Also, if you have to leave your hometown, you have to leave your family, you have to do these things. All because you have to go, or he has to go. But the test over here is Abraham Avinu's the one who had to leave. And someone, if he had a choice to stay with his best friend, stay with his family or whatever or not, he would obviously stay. But if he doesn't have a choice, he has to go, he has to go. Then what other choice does he have? But over here, he has a choice if he wants to stay. Most people, of course, they'll stay. But now the thing is, it comes from Hashem. So of course you have to listen. Hashem told him, so there's nothing to say, no, I don't want to do it. But this also becomes some type of test. It's also a test. But that's not the only part about this test. That he had to leave his family. It's also that he had to, what do you call it? He also went without knowing where he's going. Hashem just said, Lech Lecha. That's Parashat Lech Lecha. Lech Lecha means go for yourself. Why go for yourself? Of course, if you're saying for yourself, it means for your benefit. What's the benefit? That you'll have children and everything. But it doesn't, Hashem doesn't tell Abraham, where are you going? He just says, come, follow me. Abraham's like, where are we going? No, follow me, come. I'll show you where. If someone, you go to your friend or something, or some stranger, you're lost somewhere, I don't know. You ask the guy, hey, you know where you know how to go to this place, wherever. We say, and he tells you, come with me. They say, okay, where are we going exactly? How exactly do I go? So don't worry, just come with me. I'll show you. And you'll be like, huh? Seriously? This is what you want to do? He wants to be a crazy guy. Or something like that. When someone says something like this to you, there's a couple of things that you might think. You could think, oh, this guy is a crazy guy. Who is this guy? Oh, I'll show you this place. Just tell me where it is and that's it. Even if so, you have to tell me at least where I'm going, you know? If someone says, just follow me, and you just follow him, he doesn't tell you where to go. I think, what? This guy he might be trying to fool me or something. He might be trying to kill me. That's another thing. Maybe he's planning something bad. I don't want that to happen to me. So, why do I need to follow this guy? This is what you could think. Or, you could think this guy doesn't know where he's going, really. Sometimes you hear people, you ask them, where do I go? They say, just come, follow me, I know where to go. And they end up going, they themselves get lost. They don't say where to go, and that's what happens. So now that brings the question on, this is what Hashem was doing? This can't be Hashem. Hashem is telling him where to go. He's just showing him. You could say he's he's a crazy guy. He wants to kill Abraham. What is it? Why is Hashem doing it like that? Why does Hashem have to do it like that? Just say, go to Eretz Canaan. I'll show you. Just go to Eretz Canaan. Say, okay, Hashem, I'll go. Now go to the land. I'll show you. Come on. Hashem's making himself look like whatever you want to call it. He doesn't know anything, which can't be true. He's a murderer. He wants to kill Abraham, which can't be true either, because whatever. This guy is crazy. Hashem's not crazy, of course. Whatever it is. It can't be that Hashem, someone doesn't know, because of course Hashem knows everything. Of course Hashem knows everything. So what's the thing over here? Hashem knows everything, so can't be that Hashem doesn't know. Hashem's crazy. Of course Hashem's not crazy. That's why he's the God of the universe. He knows what he's doing. He can't be a murderer, especially not in this case, because he wouldn't come to some random guy. He doesn't come to these people, this guy in the street. He doesn't come say, hey, whatever, do this. Come with me. He doesn't tell a goy what he's gonna do. He doesn't come. He only comes to holy people. If he only comes to holy people, he comes to tzaddikim. Then it's a different story. Because that's obviously you have someone who's very big tzaddik, Abraham. If you have someone like that, of course it's okay. Hashem comes to him. But in a different case, probably he'll get the message through prophecy, from some other big, from a prophet, from Navi. So this also can't be, because Abraham was a tzaddik, and Hashem was not going to punish a tzaddik, and just trick Abraham and say, you go to this place, and you might on one hand think it's heaven, but on the other hand you could think it's the opposite. But this is we're talking about Hashem over here. We're talking about a tzaddik, so it can't be. So that's already also out. But the question still is, why does Hashem have to say it like that? Come on. Go for yourself to the land. Fine. He'll go. But you don't have to say, Just tell him, go to Eretz Canaan, and he'll go. Maybe it's still a test. Of course, this is a bigger test, first of all. Because he doesn't know where he's going. He might be going to some random place he never even heard of. Maybe he's going... If someone comes to you, he tells you, and he doesn't tell you where he's taking you to. Just call him surprise. So you say, okay. So you go with him. He takes you to this town, this city or whatever. Everyone there, they're crying, they're upset. Why? There's all thieves, robbers, they're stealing things. Now you scream at this guy, say, come on, are you serious? This is where you're taking me to? That's what could have happened. So Abraham could have said the same thing. Well, how do I know where are you taking me? This is what Abraham could have said. He could have complained against Hashem. Okay, come on, Hashem. What? He could have said to Hashem, why are you taking me? Why don't you at least tell me where I'm going? Maybe you're taking me to some other place. Whatever. And the answer why Hashem did it like this is for a couple of reasons. 2 reasons. First of all, someone tells you, I have a surprise. I have a surprise for you. You say, what is that thing? It's a surprise. I won't tell you what it is. Just come or whatever, and you'll see the surprise. What happens to that person? He gets excited, wow, whatever. He can't wait to see it. I wonder what it is, you know. It's like he's all curious and everything. That's what happens when someone is, when he gets some surprise or something. When someone's not, of course. Okay, just see it, fine. You see it, that's it. So, if someone sees he doesn't know what he's getting, he's going to be more excited. Oh, it's over here. Abraham Avinu. Abraham Avinu is also... Hashem doesn't tell him where you're going. Oh, I wonder where this place could be. You know, Abraham was curious. But that's not the only reason. Hashem could reward him even more. Why? Because Hashem commanded him even a harder test. He doesn't tell him where you're going. And as I explained before, why? Because Abraham could have complained, but he didn't. And not only didn't he complain with words, he didn't even think about it. Did it come into his head? Why? He's not thinking. He's not thinking. Oh, you know, why Hashem does this. Now, if Abraham were to think that, of course the Torah would mention it. Abraham was thinking. Oh, why Hashem do this? And this test would probably be a failure. He'll probably fail the test. But he passed the test. That's the third thing according to Rashi. That's the third thing. Now what's the fourth thing? Now Abraham Avinu goes to the land. He goes to finally he gets there. He gets to Eretz Canaan. Right away he gets there, famine. There's a hunger. There's no food. Nothing. No food in the land. Come on, Hashem. That's what Abraham could have said. This is why it's a test. Abraham could have complained. Say, come on, Hashem. Are you serious? You're taking me to a place where I don't even know where I'm going first. And now you take me to a place I don't even know where I'm going. And now you take me to this place? Don't you know everything, Hashem? Don't you know there's going to be hunger in this place? You know, why do you have to take me to this place? Why do you have to take me? And as I explained before, you take a guy to a place, there's all robbers and everything. And he doesn't even know where he's going. He'll tell you, come on. If you didn't tell me in the first place, I wouldn't even do this. I wouldn't even come with you. And so it'll never happen. I would not have to go starve or go somewhere else after, you know. That's a test. The test is not that Abraham had to really leave the land. It's whether he would complain or not. If he would complain, he failed the test. But if not, then not. And this becomes a bigger test because now he has more things to complain about. So that's the fourth thing according to Rashi. Now that we've done the fourth thing, that's the fifth thing is the story of Sarah getting kidnapped by Paro. Now we all know the story. That Sarah was put into a box, Paro took her, or whatever, and then Sarah called the Malach came and they put boils on them, whatever. We know the story. Still a couple questions on this thing. How did this happen? How could it be they check the box, some random box. Some guy's walking with a box. Would someone in the streets come? He's just a random guy, doesn't even know you. Would he come open the box? No. So there has to be a reason why they opened the box. It can't be for some reason. So let's look into deeper what actually went on when this happened. So as we all know, starting off, Abraham tells Sarah, "Say you're my sister." Okay, say you're my sister because I don't want to, I don't want to get killed. Because if they find out I'm your wife or whatever, then they'll kill me and they'll take you. So whatever, just say you're my sister, whatever, fine. Now they come along. They're coming. Of course, Sarah was put into the box. But it was not just Abraham and Sarah. It's also Abraham's servants or whatever. They were pretending to be selling merchandise. They're selling it, they're all carrying merchandise and everything, They're making believe they're selling it. And with Sarah over here, and when Sarah was in this box, I also think it's some jewelry or whatever it is, So that's what happened. Now, how did this whole story happen? They're seeing some of Pharaoh's servants or some the people over there in Canaan and Mitzrayim. I mean, the guys are like, hey, what do you have for me? Got some nice you have some nice jewelry, all these things. I guess we're interested to buy things. Okay. Abraham told him, I'll pay any tax. I'll give you as much money as you want. Just let me pass. Let me pass. They'll say, come on. And they'll say, no. And okay, they'll say, we're interested to buy your jewelry and everything. And the one especially, and we're wondering what's inside the box. What do you have for us? So Abraham said, I'll pay you as much money as you want. Just let me go. And this thing was going back and forth, and I said, please, whatever. Till they said, fine. We want to see what's inside. We cannot just let you go. We have to see what you're selling. And then they open the box, and of course they see Sarah. And they go crazy. They get the shock of their life. Wow, what a beautiful woman. So then what happened? They started spreading rumors about Sarah, this pretty girl Sarah. And this rumor spread quickly. Everyone heard about it and everything. Until finally Sarah was told to go with Paro. Now Paro was gonna marry her and everything. And that led Sarah with no choice. And that is to actually admit that she's Abraham's wife. She said, I'm Abraham's wife. She couldn't hide it. Because if not, then, you know what happened. What happened? Paro, he did not care. Say, I don't care if you're married or not. We're still getting married. I don't care what you say. Now, Sarah had no other choice but to pray to Hashem. So she prayed, please, Hashem, save me. I don't want to be with this Paro. Help me. And Hashem answered her prayer. What happened? So Hashem sent the malach, as we all know. And whenever Sarah would say, hit the Paro, and they would get hit Paro and his people. They all get struck with boils. They say, no, come on, stop it. And they figured out, and they all knew that until the finally came, that they went back to Abraham, that Pharaoh went back to Abraham and say, take Sarah back, and just get out of here. I don't want you in this land. And of course, before he left, Pharaoh gave money, extra, a goat, whatever, animals, all these cattle, sheep, all these things before he left. Just get out. He didn't tell he didn't tell them that he found out that they're they're a husband and wife. Now, the thing is, we all think Abraham Avinu lied when he said that Abraham and Sarah lied when they said they're brothers and sisters. They're brothers and sisters. Is it a lie? They're not brothers and sisters. So now you're telling me that they're not. They are, but they're not. The answer is, you could call someone who's related to you a brother and sister. Sarah was Abraham's niece. And you can call a relative a brother or a sister. So really, Abraham and Sarah weren't really lying. So there's nothing really against it. Now, what's the test over here? What's the test with Abraham? Sarah. I don't understand. What's the test? Okay, fine. Yes, it's a very interesting story, whatever. But what's the test over here? You know what the answer is? I'm not gonna complain to our channel. Come on. You take me now tonight, the place you're taking me, and now they take my wife. You're gonna take her from me. You took away more than enough from me already. You already took me away from my land, and now you take me to this place. You make me work so hard. You make me lose everything. Why do you do this to me? Why you do this to me? Why? That's the test. That was the test. And Abraham did not even, again, he did not think about it. He did not say anything. Not at all. So Abraham also passed that test. So that's another thing. To see if if he wouldn't complain that Sarah was already taken by a Paro. That's the fifth thing. Now the sixth thing is when Lot was captured in Sodom. Lot got captured. Abraham Avinu had to fight 4 kings. Now what exactly is the test over here? If someone's going to save your friend, if someone who's related to your family member, of course you would go. That's not a test. It can't be a test. Someone goes, he's going somewhere. He's going to save his, he's going to help his friend. I don't know, He's not going to be like, no, just let him take him, whatever. How is that a test? It can't be that's a test. Because that's easy. Everyone's already born with that. If you have a brother or sister, you have a family member, you have a friend, of course you're going to go for him. Of course. You're going to try to do everything you can to save him or whatever. Try to get him out of problems. Of course you're going to do that. So what's the test over here? The answer is, the test is, it's not about Abraham saving Lot. That's not the test. It's the fact that Abraham went against 4 kings. Now let me explain what I mean. If you have some guy, random, this guy, he's old. He's talking about these things. I'm gonna have war. I'm gonna wage war with the United States and everything. Blah blah blah. Of course, the president hears. What do you think? You're gonna destroy us? No, sorry. And they fight. They go fight. Who's with this guy? Him and his friend. That's it. Only him and his friend. And he's going against the most powerful people, all armies, all everything, soldiers, everything. And that's of course they're all gonna, die. Who would say such a thing? He would say, oh, I could do it. A guy by himself going against the most powerful people in the world. He can't do it. Of course not. They wouldn't even think about doing that. How could you do such a thing? It's very scary. You're going against you all by yourself. You'll get killed in a second. It's not something so difficult to understand. And it makes a lot of sense. When a lot of people and you're going against the biggest guy, you're all by yourself. You don't have no one to whatever. How could you actually win? So, what did Abraham Avinu do? He still went. He's all by himself, or with Eliezer, or if you want to say 318 people, whatever. He's still going against the most powerful people. Who do you think you are to go challenge him like that? Because no one have such guts to do such a thing. But Abraham still had anyone on Hashem. And that was the test. And then that's why the whole story happened when Abraham threw dust. The dust turned into arrows. And it killed them. This is what happened. Why? All because of Emunah. What do we see? Emunah could bring you anything. Without even doing it, Someone who looks up to his boss in business to give you something, to give you money, to help you out, or whatever it is. Then Hashem just leaves the boss in your hands. You'll struggle, you work hard, and you won't even get what you deserve sometimes. But if you just believe in Hashem, you get tons. All you have to do is simple. Have emunah in Hashem that He'll give you these things. You get money, come from Hashem. Don't worry about it. There's a story one time with the Ibn Ezra, big rabbi, who, he came to a new town. He was, he just came and everything. It's, and it was Shabbat. He needed a place to rest and everything. It was getting closer to Shabbat, and he had nowhere to stay. So some old guy sees him. You say, huh? What are you doing here? Well, you need a place to stay. Come. He says, no, it's okay. No, it's alright. He kept on begging, please come on. Come to my house, come. But Ibn Ezra told him, it's not so simple. Outside my wife, it's me and my wife, not just me. Say, okay, no problem, come. So they go to his house for Shabbat. They're eating at night, and so they bring out the food and everything, for Kiddush and everything. They bring out the food. So they take the first pair of food. And he takes the first pair. He slices it in half. He says the whole meat or whatever. He slices it in half. Gives Ibn Ezra half of it, and his wife half of it. So Ibn Ezra, he's coming from a very long journey and everything. Come on. You have anything else? I'm coming from a long journey. I don't really have any food. I never ate in a while. The old guy answers. He says, I'm really sorry, but if I really have no extras, because I have to save for tomorrow. I have to eat for tomorrow morning in Shildashi. I can't what do you call it? What did Ibn Izad tell him? He said, "No, put the food. Bring it out." He says, "Are you sure about this?" He says, "Yes. Bring it out." He says, "But what about the food for tomorrow?" He says, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry." He says, "Okay." He brings out the food that was supposed to be for the next day in the morning for Shabbat. Then what happened? And then he takes the food, slices it in half again, gives half of it to him, Ibn Izad, and half of it to his wife. Fine. So then Ibn Izad says, "Come on, is that all?" So he asks again. He says, what about for? I have to save the rest for Sildashi. Nah, I'm gonna have nothing for Shabbat. I cannot. This guy was a poor guy. That's why. He didn't have money. This old guy. So he says no. Ibn Izad tells him, "No, bring it out." So what about them for Sildashi also? Now we're gonna have no food. Nothing left. He says, "Oh, don't worry about the food. Don't worry, it'll come." He said, "But are you sure?" He said, "Yes. Bring the food out." Then he brought all the food for Shabbat. And everything. And they had the Sildah. Next day, the rabbi, Ibn Izad, went to shul. He went to go pray or whatever. And the people really didn't know who he was. So Ibn Izad he sat in like those rabbi chairs, special for rabbis. And he was going, he sat in the rabbi's chair. And now all the people were looking at him. The rabbi is going, he's trying to hint him. Come on, what are you doing in the rabbi's seat? Who are you? What do you think you're doing? And everyone's like, come on, what's this guy doing over here? Or what does he think he is? Saying a rabbi's seat like that. Well, what do you think he is? What happened? So finally, after a while, he got up and sat somewhere else. Okay, fine. So the Ibn Izad, he told the rabbi of the shul. He says, "Hey, rabbi, could I speak in the shul for today?" He says, "Okay, I guess, no problem, whatever." And he spoke. He gave a shiur on that day in the shul. And everyone got their shock, like, huh? Who is this guy? Oh, wow, he's giving such a big shiur, nice shiur and everything. And he actually talked about the importance of having guests. What happened with the old guy? And they're all wondering who this guy is. And after a while, they figured out this is the Ibn Izad. They're all going crazy. They're saying, "Please forgive me. We're sorry for everything we did, to disrespect you and everything. We're very sorry. Everything." Comes he has to go home. He has to eat food or whatever for the Sildah. Now that they know he's such a big rabbi, instead of it being the other way around, everyone's begging him, please come to my house. Come eat Sildah with me. Come, please. And what did Ibn Izad answer? He said, No. He said, "There's one thing though. I'm going to this old guy's house again. If you bring food, then you could come." So all the people are coming. They're coming with one tray, 1 pot, 2 pots, 3 pots. And this old guy's looking. He's like, "Huh? Well, where's all this food come from?" And Ibn Izad tells him, "You see? Well, I told you not to worry about the food." What do you see from the story? how important it is to have emunah in Hashem. Emunah, with emunah in Hashem, we can get anything. We don't worry a bit about anything. Oh, Sarah is taken by Paro. Don't be worried about it. Don't worry. Hashem got it. I don't have to be worried and scared, Because when we have emunah, we can get a lot of things. And this is what basically happened with Abraham, and this is what happened with the story of Sarah. So, next thing is, after the fighting the 4 kings and everything, after that whole thing of having emunah on Hashem, move on to the next thing that Rashi says. And that is that Hashem told him that his children will suffer. I mean, Hashem saying, you're going to become a great nation and everything, and you're going to suffer. Your children are going to suffer. Now, exactly what's the test about this? What's the test of? The children are going to suffer. So what's so good about that? Okay, fine, you suffer. But what's the test over here this time? Because we know in Mitzrayim they were suffering. They worked hard for Pharaoh and all these all the Egyptians. And this is what happened. So the question is, what's the test for this? Why did Rashi say this is a test? And the answer is, this test is a bit different than all the other ones. All the other ones, the test was really for himself. But for himself, he's such a tzaddik, and he doesn't consider himself anything. That's why when Abraham was talking to Hashem, he said, "I'm nothing but dust and ash. I'm nothing great." And if the Torah says it means he means it. Not like some people, they're fakers. They say whatever they are. They say, but they really don't mean it at all. They're saying it, but inside what they're thinking, no, of course not. Crazy. If the Torah says that, Hashem knows everything, so it can't be. Oh, Abraham was just thinking that. It has to be came truly from his heart. That he did it. So, basically, the difference here is that, yes, all those other times for him, but you can understand why he passed those tests. But now comes his children, and he feels bad. Why do they have to suffer? This is what he could have said. Hashem, you're giving me children, fine. You said you'll make me have children, but you give me children to make them suffer? Why do you want them to suffer? It's better not to even, make the children. Don't create the children. And I don't need children. Better not to than to make them suffer. It's the last thing I want. That's what Abraham could have said. He could have complained. Simply, Hashem, come on, you serious about this? I could understand all these times. You're taking away something from me, making me lose out, something hard for me, whatever. But now you're doing it to someone else. Now you're making me feeling even more depressed. That was the test. And he passed. He didn't say a word, didn't think anything again. That's the next test. That's that test. So, what's the next test? The 8th test is Brit Milah. Do Brit Milah. Now, what's the test about this? Now, okay, I could understand what all the other ones were, but Brit Milah, okay, fine. Hashem says to do something, you do it. What's the test? We all got, we got Brit Milah. Okay, fine. What's the test? this test is that Abraham Avinu was an old guy. Abraham, he's 99 years old when he got his Brit Milah. Hashem said, do a Brit Milah on yourself. And this guy's an old guy. Abraham Avinu was very old at the time. He's not like a child who like, you know, he gets healed quicker. He's an old guy. If some old guy trips, this guy could get injured. He can break his arm simply from falling. Well, what about if a little kid, a young person, trips and falls? No, it doesn't happen like that. He's not. He's you know, his body is much stronger. If his body's much stronger, then yeah, fine. But we take the younger people take it for granted that they're able to do that they're able to, you know, generate quicker, and they're able to, you know, run and do all these things. The old people, they're not able to do it. The way to appreciate something is to take it away from you. Like an old guy, as I mentioned. An old guy, now he lost his ability to do a lot of things. Because he's old now. Now he says, wow, I missed how, you know, back then I used to be able to do these things. And I didn't even think about it. Like, okay, fine. No big deal. But now I realize, wow. What a big thing. But the people, they take it for granted. A lot, you know, that's a lot of things that happen with us. We end up taking things for granted. So, if you're taking things for granted, it's not good. So back to what we were saying, Abraham Avinu's an old guy. He's old. Now you want him to, you know, out of all the times, it's going to be much more painful than if he did it when he was younger. If he's he gets a Brit Milah, he's 8 years old. He doesn't even feel pain, barely anything. I can understand, fine. Okay, maybe even Ishmael getting Brit Milah at 13. I could maybe understand, but Abraham, an old guy? How could he get such a Brit Milah? Well, Abraham could say, come on, Hashem, but you know I'm an old guy. Come on, don't do this to me. Why do I have to do such a thing? It's gonna be very painful. But he did it still, even though he was very old. And that means a lot. That Abraham was able to pass such a test. So that's that test. Now, let's look at the next test. The next test is that Abraham had to get rid of Ishmael and Hagar. Now, why exactly is this a test? Why? You know, Abraham Avinu, he's doing. Yeah, I understand. Yes, Hashem commanded him to you know, kiss Ishmael and God. Why exactly is this a test? And the answer is because when you have to, you know, you have to get rid of someone in your family, the only person you had a son with, Sarah already is giving up hope. There's no way Sarah can have a son. Abraham was starting to, you know, give up hope. Well, come on. It's too late. Sarah can't give birth. So we know that he married Hagar. Sarah told told him, marry Agag so you can have, at least you can have children. Now, to take that child, and actually you have to get rid of him now, and that's very depressing, if you ask me. But Hashem told him to, so he had to. He didn't have a choice. He could have said to Hashem, no, you give me a son, then I am sorry, I can't. And the reason why why did they want to get rid of Ishmael and Agag? Why? What's so bad about them? What did they do wrong? The Torah says that Sarah was saying the reason why we want to get rid of Ishmael is because they were making fun of her. If this is Sarah Yamin over here, she doesn't care if she's getting made fun of. So it can't be. That's what really happened. So Rashi says that there's a couple of things that Ishmael was sinning and everything. He was serving Avodah Zarah, murdering, all these things. So Sarah didn't want Yitzhak to get influenced this bad way. Because if he did, he would end up exactly like Ishmael, be a murderer. And that's not how Sarah wanted him to, end up. So Hashem tells Abraham, because Abraham really didn't want to. He didn't want to get rid of Ishmael. Hashem says, listen to her voice. Now, what does this mean by voice? Listen to her voice. That seems like an extra word in the Torah, no? This teaches us that Sarah had more Ruach HaKodesh than Hashem. I mean, not Hashem, but Abraham. She was greater when it comes to Ruach HaKodesh and being a prophet than Abraham Aviנו was. So listen to someone who's has more Ruach HaKodesh, who's closer to Hashem. That's why Hashem says that came to Abraham. He said, don't worry everything. Listen to her and whatever, and ended up getting rid of them. You guys said, no, come on, you already gave me too much. But instead, Abraham still did it. That's that thing. Now, what's the next thing? According to Rashi, the last thing, number 10, is of course the Akedat Yitzhak. And this is the only one the Torah calls a test. So it must mean it's a special test. All the other ones, we only learned that there's 10 tests because of Pirkei Avot. We wouldn't know there's 10 tests. We'll think maybe there's only one test. Why? Because the Torah only says that Abraham was tested one time, and that was with the Akedat Yitzhak. So, what happened? What could have Abraham complained about this time? And this one's pretty obvious. Why this is a test. Abraham Aviנו was told from Hashem, you're going to get Yitzhak, not Ishmael. Ishmael's not going to be the one that's your nation, not him. He's not your son. Yitzhak is. And through Yitzhak, there'll be as many as the stars. That's what Hashem told him. And if I kill Yitzhak, there'll be no nation. So Abraham had so much to say. Are you serious, Hashem? You told me that you're gonna make a nation out of me. But now you're gonna kill me? You're gonna kill my son, who was the one who was supposed to spread this nation, make it started to grow. You kill him, and then if I die, that's it. That's what Abraham could have complained. And he could have complained about everything else. If you think about all these tests, they're all about complaining. The question is, why do you get tested on the same exact thing again and again and again? Same test. When you already know what's the same test, come on. If the test is not to kill someone, okay, you won't kill him. Then you get it again and again, okay, it starts getting easier and easier for you. So why exactly did Abraham get the same exact test again and again and again? Complaining. Don't complain. What's the answer? Every time when you have a complaint about something, when you have a complaint, really, every time there's more and more to add, the more you want to say it. Meaning, if you have a little thing, a little complaint, you did this, that, fine. You could let it go. But when it becomes such a big and obvious problem, every time it grows even more and more and more, you want to say it more. And all these complaints, it's actually getting harder and harder every time. Because he has much more to say now. And when you have much more to say, you want to start complaining. And that's why the Torah calls a test. Because it was the hardest one. He had so much to complain about now. And he didn't complain about anything. He didn't think about any. Not that he just didn't say anything. He didn't even think about it for a second. If you go to Sadiq, a regular Sadiq, Hashem tells him not to do these types of things. Or even a regular guy. Really, he would not complain with his mouth, but he would still think in his head. He'll think, why is Hashem doing this? Why is Hashem doing that? It doesn't make any sense. He wants me to suffer or whatever. But he's not going to say it with his mouth. So Abraham Avinu wasn't even thinking about it. So he didn't even have not one thought about it. How did Abraham was on such a high level? He didn't care. He knew that's how much trust he had in Hashem to do what Hashem wants. Now that's all the 10 opinions according to Rashi. Now let's take a look at one more opinion. Let's look at Rambam, which is kind of similar to this, but it's a bit different. So, now the first test, according to Rambam, it doesn't start where Rashi started. It starts with the Torah. It's leaving his home, as we explained before. That's the first one. Now the second one is that Hashem, he said to Abraham that in Canaan that he's going to be a great nation there. Eretz Canaan soon became Eretz Israel, right? If it became Eretz Israel, then it means, okay, this is where this place where there's a famine, there's no food. This is where my future land is gonna be. Are you serious? This is where all the Eretz Israel is gonna dwell soon. He could have complained about that according to Rambam. That's the second test according to Rambam. Now what about the third test? It's taking Sarah. If I don't take Sarah, same test as what Rashi said. The next test, the fourth test, is the war with the kings. Of course, what Rashi also said. So you really see they're also basically similar. Now, what's the fifth one? This one's different than what Rashi says, and it's that when Abraham Avinu married Hagar, he had to marry Hagar. Why? Because he started to lose he started to think, oh, Sarah is not gonna get pregnant. This is not when Hashem said he's gonna have a child. So he started thinking, oh, Sarah, it's already too late and everything. And now it's just depressing. And that's the test, because how is he gonna continue to still think that Sarah is gonna be able to give birth into a child? While right away, when Abraham gets married to Hagar, they have Ishmael. But Sarah and Abraham, they're married for many years, and they still didn't have any children. That was the test, to see if he's gonna think, oh, Sarah, whatever. If he's gonna think, oh, Sarah, I can't give birth or anything, he's gonna lose faith in Hashem. But he didn't, even though he's still married Hagar. Now that's the next thing. So what's number 6? Brit Milah. Do Brit Milah, Okay, next. Number 7 is also different. There's 2 times where Sarah was taken. One with Paro and one with Avimelech. Now there's a difference into what exactly happened. Yes, the same exact story basically happened, but there's a difference with what happened with Paro and what happened with Nimrod. With Paro just said, Paro is just saying, go, whatever, get out of here. We just leave the land. Why are you here? Just don't be here. And not only that, when Paro found out Sarah was Abraham Avinu's wife, he still wanted to marry her, regardless of Abraham. He still was. Now, what about Avimelech? Avimelech was more of a righteous person. When Avimelech was told the lie that Sarah was his sister, he said, okay, let's ask Abraham Avinu that if Avimelech can marry whatever. So now Avimelech thinks that he said Abraham that he's a sister. She's a sister. So it takes him. Now he doesn't expect her to be married or anything. Now he wants to take her as a wife. Hashem comes to him in a dream. He says, "Don't take Sarah. Give her back to Abraham, or else you're gonna die." Abimelech said, "Oh, come, whoa. I'm very sorry, Hashem. It's not my fault that they didn't tell me the truth. I thought they're telling the truth, so what do you want from me?" Hashem said, "That's exactly why I came to you. I came to you because you thought that was the truth, and I wanted to prevent you from doing sin and dying. And Abraham will pray for you, and you won't die if you give Sarah back. If not, however, you're gonna die." So it says Avimelech woke up early in the morning and gave back Sarah to Abraham. Now here's the question I have for you. When it comes to Paro, Hashem did not come to him in a dream. He did not say, "Do not do this or else or whatever." But when it comes to Avimelech, it comes to him in a dream. Why? What's the difference? They're both doing the same exact thing, no? They both took Sarah and everything. Why does it have to be in 2 different ways? The answer is, Paro couldn't care less if she was married or not. He was gonna take her regardless. But Avimelech, if he knew that Sarah was married, he'd say, okay, no, okay, fine. Don't take her. I don't want her. She's married, then no. That's why Hashem came, to prevent him from sinning. Because if not, he's gonna be like, and he goes up into heaven, and he goes up and he's getting judged. They're gonna be like, why you did this? He's like, I'm only going with what I heard. I'm not gonna assume that they lied to me. What do you want me to think? So, that's the difference between Paro and Avimelech. That's that part. Now the next thing, according to Rambam, is getting rid of Hagar and Ishmael. This test is not the same exact test as the one we mentioned before about that's a different test about Hagar getting married to Abraham and everything. This test is getting rid of it, as I mentioned before with Rashi. Next, the next thing. So really, before we get there, these tests might seem similar, very similar, but it's a bit different. Hagar, when Abraham, these two tests are actually separate according to Rambam. Hagar getting driven away and Ishmael. What's the test with Hagar? Hagar's my wife, and she gave birth. Now she gives birth. Now she has to go. That's number 8, and number 9 is driving away Ishmael. Because that's the one who he gave birth to. That's number 9. And now number 10, Akedat Yitzhak. Let's end off with one nice story that the Midrash says about. It's in some parts we know about it already, but most of them is very interesting stuff. The Satan, when it came to Akedat Yitzhak, the Satan tried 5 things to prevent Abraham from doing the Akedah. So first off, the first time the Satan came, disguised as what? An old man. He came like, an old man, whatever. So he comes to Abraham. He asks Abraham, he says, where are you going? Where are you going? Abraham answers, I'm going to pray. The Satan says, okay, you're praying? Why you have a knife in your hand? Why you have the wood? Why do you need this? No one prays with a knife. No, what are you doing? So Abraham answered, he said, no, I'm going to be praying for a long time. It might be a long time. So I have a knife so I can, I slaughter an animal, have something to eat. What do you want me to starve? So, the next thing is, next thing the Satan says is, okay, Satan has to act now. The Satan reveals himself. How does he reveal himself? He says, I was actually in heaven now. Of course, an old man was not in heaven, listening to the conversations of what Hashem was saying. I was in heaven, right? I was listening, and I heard that you're going to slaughter Yitzhak. Why would you want to slaughter Yitzhak? He's your only son, no? Why would you do that? He's the only son you gave birth to, and now you want to kill him? There's a mashal. The Satan brings a mashal. You ever heard of this mashal? A person, he destroyed everything he has. Now he has nothing left. Now he has to go begging people, please give me things. Give him things. And that's crazy. That's what exactly you're doing. And if you think, oh, I'm gonna have another son, you're out of your mind. Have some son that at the age of 100, that's not happening. Sorry, that's what Satan said. And next he says, and besides, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to kill someone. If you kill someone, you get punishment. You're not allowed to be a murderer and kill people. That's what the Satan says to him. So, what did Abraham answer? He said, no, Hashem told me. I don't need to listen to your nonsense. Why do I have to listen to you? And then the Satan just left. Okay, that's the first thing with the Satan. First thing. Now, the Satan disguises himself this time as a young person. Like, young man. But this time he comes to Yitzhak. He goes to Yitzhak. He asked him, where are you going? Where are you going, Yitzhak? Yitzhak says, I'm going to learn Torah. And the Satan then says, could you learn Torah when you're alive, when you're dead? Could you learn Torah when you're dead? I don't think so. Now, Yitzhak is confusing, huh? At this point, Yitzhak didn't know that he was going to get slaughtered. Only Abraham knew about this. He thought he was going to learn Torah, so he's excited and everything. But he never knew. That's why Yitzhak is like he's wondering what's going on over here. So the next thing is that the Satan says, why are you listening to this crazy old guy? He's gonna kill you. Satan, how much you had to cry and pray just so that you could be born? And now you're gonna let this crazy old man, that's what the Satan called Abraham. He called this crazy old man. You're gonna let him kill you? Don't let it happen. Why would you let it happen? Don't listen. And now, now Yitzhak goes to tells Abraham. He says, you hear this crazy guy? You hear what he's saying? Abraham says, ignore him. So he ignores. That's the second thing that happened. Now, the next thing that the Satan tried is the famous one we all know. Is that the Satan disguised himself as the water. He became water. And we all know, we heard of this, Abraham. All of a sudden, there's a whole huge river and whatever. And Abraham Avinu, he kept on going. When he first stepped in, the water was already up to his knees. It was a lot. And he kept on going in and more and more and more until his neck. He couldn't move anymore. So he looked up, said, Hashem, you want me to do this, but you need to help me. I have to be able to get there, no? So right away, Hashem just got rid of Satan. Says, get out of here, go. And all of a sudden, all the whole river dried. So the Satan failed again. That's the third thing. So, what's the next thing? Now, the Satan this time, the Satan doesn't disguise himself. The Satan comes to Abraham and says, this is before Abraham knew, but before Abraham was about to slaughter Yitzhak. The Satan said, I heard the plan. I heard the Hashem was discussing things with Malachim or whatever, and they were saying, they were saying that Yitzhak's not going to be slaughtered. It's gonna be an animal at the end of the day. So, okay, that's the case. What did Abraham Avinu tell him? Really, yes, the Satan wasn't lying. He's saying the truth. What did Abraham say? You know what a liar's punishment is? Because he assumed the Satan was lying. His punishment is he doesn't get trusted. He has someone who's lying. Oh, you don't trust the guy who lies. You know this guy lies. You don't trust him. Okay, you don't trust him. And so now the Satan leaves again. Finally, the Satan has no other options but to do one thing. The Satan tried throwing stones at his hawk. Why would Satan do that? Okay, fine. What, he just hates his hawk or something? What's the reason that the Satan would try throwing stones at his hawk? The answer is that you can't have when you bring a korban, you can't have any blemishes. You can't have any cuts or anything. You can't be in pain or anything. And of course, if just hawk was in pain or anything, he's not allowed to. It's not good. You can't bring that korban. And if you can't bring that korban, then he can't do it. So what did Abraham Avinu do to avoid the situation? He put Yitzhak in front of him, so nothing would, no stones or anything would touch him. And now, if you see from all these 5 things, no wonder the Satan says, Abraham Avinu is one of the people that Satan gave up on. The Satan couldn't with him. He's too strong for the Satan. And think about it, that's the Satan. It's not some regular guy. Most of us, we surrender to the Satan. But to actually have the Satan surrender to Abraham, to a person, say, I give up on this guy, I can't with this guy. That's such a high level. How could someone do such a thing? This was the level of Abraham Avinu. B'ezrat Hashem, we should all learn from Abraham. We should all pass our tests. Learn from Abraham to be strong. Be with Hashem. Not complain about anything. Still have everyone after so much. And B'ezrat Hashem, if we do this, may we see great things that happens to us.